In this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 stocks that I currently invest in and plan to hold for a very, very long time, maybe even forever. Hey guys, Christos here and welcome back for another video. If it is your first time here, I make videos about making money online and personal finance. So if that is something that interests you, then consider subscribing. Okay, so let's get straight into this. 3 stocks that I plan on holding for the long term and have absolutely no plans on selling within at least the next 15 to 20 years. And maybe, like I said, I could potentially even hold these forever. And of course, just a quick disclaimer, and that is I am not a financial advisor, just an everyday investor sharing my opinion on companies that I'm personally interested in. So if you're cool with that, let's get into it. Okay, so first up on the companies that I fully plan to hold for the long term, and that is Apple. And this is basically because of many reasons. First of all is number one, I cannot think of any company that have the customer loyalty that Apple does. When you look at the iPhone, it has to be one of the most successful products of the last 10 years. And every single year, people still continually to upgrade. But the iPhone is actually just where it starts, in my opinion. What has really impressed me about Apple in the past few years is the way they have noticed that the iPhone probably won't keep growing forever and have adapted early ahead of the curve with the latest trends with their services market. Things like Apple Music, Apple Fitness, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, Apple News, and of course not even forgetting iCloud are services that lead a massive push in innovation, in my opinion, and it's a true testament on how well they adapt to change and innovate. One other thing I really like is that they pay dividends back to their investors every single year, which means if I were to continue to invest and grow my holdings, this could full well turn into a really nice passive paying income in the future. And the final main reason why I'm fully confident in Apple for the long term is simply because of how much cash they actually have in the bank. Now, why do I think this is important? Well, seeing these large sums of cash on their balance sheets really gives me the confidence that they can, number one, survive pretty much any economic downturn, and then the other thing is also that they have the cash to buy other companies and diverse their business even more. Just a quick fact, as of March 2021, Apple has publicly known to have acquired over 100 companies, and that's not even counting the ones that we don't know about. Normally what you can see that happens, if there is any company Apple believes to be a threat to them or provide any competition, they end up just buying it. Imagine having that kind of power. All right, so the next one up is a little bit of a controversial one because it's not normally the one that you see on the blogs and the YouTube channels of people saying that they are investing in for the long term, but this is one that I really like, but I know that a lot of people are not fans of, and that is Coca Cola. Now, bear with me, I do have some legit reasons, but also maybe a few biased ones too, but on a serious note, Coca Cola as a brand overall is a fantastic company that has an extremely impressive track record and was actually founded way over 100 years ago. And if you ask me, if a company has been around for that long, they have pretty much survived every single major downturn. And one thing I did was ask myself, can I imagine a world without Coca-Cola? And the answer for me is definitely not. Well, I certainly hope not anyway, and that leads me to a little bit of a biased opinion, and that is I absolutely love the product. It is by far my favorite drink in the world. In fact, one of the companies or the brands that say that Coca-Cola own, Dr. Pepper Zero, I have an unhealthy obsession to. I will just grab one right here. This is one I smashed out just before this video. I absolutely love Dr. Pepper. I love Coca-Cola, and I could never drink a Pepsi unless I had to. What I want to do actually quickly is get a debate down in the comments. Are you team Coke or are you team Pepsi? Remember all the different brands that Coke actually owns. So if you're a fan of Dr. Pepper like me, you are part of team Coke. Let's get that debate going down in the comments below. But back to a serious note, and just like Apple, Coca-Cola offers a really nice dividend structure, and also like Apple, I really like the way that they are expanding and diversifying their business. In the past few years, the trend of people drinking full sugar drinks has dropped massively, and Coca-Cola has noticed that, and what they have done is diversified into more health products, number one being their own line of Coke Zeros, Diet Cokes and stuff like that, but they have also acquired a lot of brands as well, like Schweppes and stuff like that. Fun fact about Coca-Cola is that they actually own over 500 brands, but only roughly 20 of them make over 1 billion a year. All right, so the first third stock in the stocks that I'm planning to hold for a very long time is Facebook. Once again, some may class this as a very controversial stock, but it's still a company I really believe in for the future. And I actually think there's still so many people out there that only look at Facebook as Facebook.com, not the other two massive companies that come with it, which are WhatsApp and Instagram. I can't even explain how many times people have posted cancel Facebook from their Instagram account. Anyways, we're not here for all of that. One of the main reasons that I'm fully invested into Facebook is that I have full belief in Mark Zuckerberg as a CEO. He is still very young. He has survived some massive hurdles in his time as a CEO. And every time I just see him talk about his plans for Facebook, I'm always just so blown away and impressed. Another reason is that Facebook, just like the other two, have such an impressive cash balance sheet, which once again gives them the opportunity to survive economic downturns. And particularly with Facebook, they can survive bad news such as the Cambridge Analytica scandal, which was absolutely massive at the time, and it temporarily crushed the stock, but it was simply just a matter of months before it was back to its all-time highs, which I think is a lot down to, number one, of course, having a good balance sheet, but once again, talking about Mark Zuckerberg as a CEO and the company structure, I think a company has to have something like that to be able to survive those things, and I think if this was to happen to a smaller company, they would just get absolutely crushed. But anyways, it's a stock that I'm planning to hold for a very long time, maybe not forever because they don't actually currently offer dividends and stuff like that, but I literally have zero plans to sell anytime, at least within the next 10 years. But yeah, these are 3 stocks that I currently invest in and plan to hold for a very long time, if not forever. What I'm actually going to do is throw a screen recording of my actual investment app where I have these stocks, just to show that I am actually investing in them and I'm not just pulled this information from the internet. This is my stock account. I know it's not a massive account, but I have only been investing for about 4 years, and I wanted to leave this up here just in case I make any future videos and I can kind of update you on how things are going and stuff like that. But if you did want to get started with investing, I fully suggest checking out FreeTrade, where if you actually sign up and deposit £1 on the app, we both get a stock worth anything between £3 and £200. What I will do is leave a link in the description for you to sign up if you haven't already. But having said all that, hit a like on the video if you found it valuable, and I shall catch you guys in the next one. Take care.